one of the misunderstandings about radical candor is that a lot of people think, I mean, they're correct to think, it is a little risky, but they think it'd be better if I hung out maybe in ruinous empathy for a while, built the relationship, and then moved over to radical candor. And that's incorrect. Radical candor is where trust gets built. And you don't have to know someone intimately well in order to show that you care about the same thing they care about. So in fact, the origin story of radical candor for me came at a time when I was living in Manhattan, and it was shortly after September 11th, and my response to September 11th was to buy a puppy, a golden retriever puppy, who I adored. I loved this dog, and it was sort of like my emotional life raft. And so I never said a crossword to this dog, nothing but sweetness and light. And as a result, the dog was completely untrained and pretty ungovernable. And so I took the dog for a walk one evening, and the dog almost got hit by a cab as we were standing at a red light. I sort of pulled her back at the last moment before the cab ran over her. And this man standing next to me looks at me, and he says, "I can see you really love that dog." That was all he had to do to establish that he cared personally, about the same thing I did. He didn't have to know my name, he didn't have to know my kids' names, he didn't have to take me out for drinks, he didn't have to take me out for lunch, he just had to say, "I can see you really love that dog." I nodded, and then he said, "But you're going to kill that dog if you don't teach it to sit." That got my attention. And then he looks at the ground, and he points in this sort of stern way, and he says, "Sit!" And the dog sat. I had no idea that the dog knew what that meant. And I kind of am looking at him in amazement, and he says, "It's not mean, it's clear." And then the light changed, and he walked off, leaving me with words to live by, manage by, write a book by, like an enormous help. Whoever he is, thank you.